Hello, my name is Jay Johnson, and I am honored to be here. I am going to talk about crystals. Jean asked me to talk about crystals. I make jewelry, so we figured this would work. This is a little different for me. Normally I'm talking about tarot cards or something. She had asked me some questions about crystals to use when you manifest. So let's go over some of those. I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to go over those, and I'm going to show you the ones that I have personally. Some of them that are good for manifesting, it depends on what you want to manifest. So we have a rose quartz, and I know the color is kind of off, you guys, but it's a very light pink because it's been used very well. But rose quartz manifests love. It nurtures your love. It supports you when you're trying to find self-love. So that one is one of my favorites. Black tourmaline is also another one. And I have that one. Hi, guys. So I have that one, and that one keeps you grounded. But as far as manifesting, what it does is it keeps you rooted in your vision and what you're working towards. So it's one of those stones that outside of manifesting, it guards your energy so that you are not accepting someone else's negative energy or pushing negative energy onto someone else. So when you're manifesting, it keeps you grounded in reality. And it keeps you grounded in your vision so that you don't go way off. You know, some of us like manifest a car or something simple. And in that manifestation, we say, okay, you know, I just need a car to get around, something simple. And it keeps you from flying off the deep end and like, you know what, I need a fleet of cars, I need a truck, I need, you know, a trailer. It keeps you grounded. Bloodstone is one of my favorites. I actually have two of those. I have a skull as well. Bloodstone is a powerful energizer, so it keeps you motivated towards your goal, and it increases your drive and your sense of enthusiasm. So those are some of the ones that are kind of the off the beaten path ones. Another one that's off the beaten path is the smoky quartz. So it wards the negative energy, it keeps it away from you, and it helps you identify and let go of the things that you don't need. It helps you make space for the things that you're manifesting, because you can't manifest something and bring something into your life if you don't have the space for it. Yeah, I have notes. Another one that is good is carnelian. And it's really funny, I have all these stones in front of me. So carnelian is kind of an orange color, kind of the color of my shirt. Sometimes it's a darker red, sometimes it's a lighter orange color. But it removes the blocks that leave us feeling burnt out, uninspired, stuck. It gives you the energy and the confidence to go after your goal. I'm sure we're getting to the ones that you guys know. Moonstone is good with your intuition and good luck. So it encourages you to experience the freedom that's found through giving into your wild side and following your passion. So moonstone, this is a rainbow moonstone, guys. Rainbow moonstone is one of my favorites. I work with it a lot. I also have a black moonstone right here. But moonstone helps you to dream about what it is you want. You know, so you want the car and you say, you know what, I'll be okay with the little clunker, you know, from 1995. Well, the moonstone will help you dream that, you know, you can get a 2023 car. You know, you don't have to have the old car. There are different crystals to help with different things manifesting specifically. We'll talk about some of those. As far as money goes, like money and success, you have pyrite, you have citrine. I actually have two citrines here. I have a really bright yellow one and then I have one that's not so bright and yellow, but it's still a citrine. Unfortunately, a lot of citrine is heat-treated amethyst. But you can tell the difference. If you work with crystals, you'll be able to tell the difference. So there's that. But it is, it brings money and success, as well as bloodstone. Bloodstone does the same thing. When you're trying to do like love, whether it's self-love or love on the outside, rose quartz, pink kunzite, rhodonite. Rose quartz attracts love and boosts the feelings of self-love. The pink kunzite strengthens unconditional love, and it opens up a loving communication. Rhodonite, it attracts love by healing your emotional wounds. When I've been asked to make bracelets or necklaces, one of the first things that I do is, as far as like the love goes, is put stones in there so that people will have self-love. Because you can't love anyone else until you love yourself. That's how that works. There are stones that manifest with health, like obsidian. Obsidian dissolves the blockages in your body, helps with the flow of energy, the circulation of your energy. Quartz, and I have several of those, you guys. I have lots and lots of quartz. Everybody that I've talked to ends up with at least 3 or 4 of them. But quartz is the master healer. So it brings about the optimum vibrational state for healing. And what it also does is it boosts whatever you're working on. It boosts whatever stones you're working with. Amethyst is good for your health. It calms you down, soothes you, relieves stress, relieves fear. It's one of those stones that amethyst is a stone that does a whole lot, that doesn't get a lot of credit. It doesn't get a lot of credit. Let me see what else we have over here. Oh, my amethyst. It's a little light, but that's what it is. And I have several pieces of amethyst. It's a go-to as well. Selenite is another one to have. Selenite cleanses and helps recharge all of your other stones. There are some stones that don't need to be charged and cleansed because they do that to themselves, like citrine. Citrine will cleanse itself. There's a few other ones off the top of my head. I can't think of what they are. Stage fright. But so Jean had also asked the question about if other stones can be quartz stones. The majority of the stones that we deal with are actually quartz stones. They're just different colors because they're formed differently. So to answer that question, that's what that is. This is a smoky quartz as well. And I have a sphere. That's a smoky quartz. But that's what they are. But the crystals can help you do a variety of things. So if you are wanting to enhance something, say you are a little fearful of speaking in public, you could use a blue lace agate and a tiger's eye. The tiger's eye gives you courage. The blue lace agate opens your throat chakra and helps you speak. Amethyst will help you sleep. It also, again, takes away the anxiety and the stress. Thanks, Jean, that helps. Carnelian has a lot of different things that it does. It boosts your energy, among other things. Take my glasses back off. It boosts your energy, among other things. It symbolizes different things. It symbolizes faithful wives and companions. And the ancient Egyptians believed that it would ensure your souls making it to the other side. So they used it for that. But it's also something I need right now. It's associated with eloquence, funny, and self-confidence. The ones that I've shown you so far, we'll go over some of those. The amethyst, we'll pick that back up. The amethyst is used by a lot of psychics because it's a soothing energy and it gives your intuition a boost. I use it a lot when I'm reading cards and things. It's also been called the sobriety stone because there's a myth that goes along with it that Bacchus, the Roman god, was a little on the randy side, and he ended up killing someone, and the lady's name was Amethyst. So Diana, the goddess of the moon, turned it into a stone, and then Bacchus poured the wine over top of her because he felt bad and she was beautiful, and it turned it purple. So that's why they think that it helps with alcoholism, compulsive behaviors, and addictions of all kinds, because it was blessed by Bacchus. They also thought that it could dispel evil thoughts and make you more intelligent. I need that. A funny note, the Catholic Church thought that amethyst would keep the priests celibate. Not sure how well that worked back then. The bloodstone. Soldiers used to carry small pieces of bloodstone onto the battlefield to avoid injury and to stop bleeding. Folklore says that the stone was created because Christ's blood fell when he was on the cross and fell onto the stone, and that's where the red comes from. They also say that the blood was continuously replenished by the bloods of the saints. So, they've used it to treat diseases of the blood circulatory systems, to help speed up healing after the injuries, after surgery. Let me see, because you just wrote me a message. What does this say? When you're done, no. Will do. Absolutely. Okay, so citrine. Like I said before, citrine on the market is actually heat-treated amethyst or sometimes smoky quartz. But it does have the same properties. It just looks a little different. But it's associated with the radiance and optimism of the sun, and it also helps with wealth and financial success. Fluorite, which I actually don't have. Fluorite comes in a lot of different colors. Purples, yellows, greens, blues. It is known as the genius stone. So it's a beautiful, beautiful stone. But it's associated with advanced civilization, high technology. It's good to have on hand if you do a lot of work with computers, or if you need to reprogram yourself to think in a more logical and more rational terms. Hematite. Do I have any hematite over here? Again, don't have the hematite. I'm running out of things, guys. Hematite is good. It's a grounding stone. It disperses negative thoughts and emotions. It's really good for scrying if you get a really good piece, as is obsidian. One of the funny things is ancient warriors in Rome used to rub hematite all over their bodies because they thought it would make them invisible. Yeah, we need some of that now. The ancient Egyptians used it in amulets that were prescribed by their doctors for madness and for inflammation. Howlite is a white stone. It looks like a white turquoise. And a lot of times it is dyed to make turquoise, so you have to be careful with that. So watch when you're buying that, but it helps you to connect with the spirit world. And it also helps you to make more rational decisions and examine how you're thinking, because sometimes things aren't black and white. Sometimes there's a gray area in a situation, so it helps you find that gray area. So one of my favorite stones is a jasper. And jasper is... a lot of things can be jasper, but black jasper specifically might actually be the original touchstone. So people would rub gold or silver on the black jasper to test the gold content. So the streak's color was the precise measure of gold content. So it was like, you know, scanning your $20 bill now. Lapis lazuli. That's a blue stone with some gold flecks in it. The ancient alchemists called the stone of heaven. It is a dark blue crystal with flecks of gold and pyrite is what's in it. That's what makes the gold. It was a sacred stone in Egypt. There are some folklore stories that say that the 10 Commandments were inscribed on tablets of lapis lazuli. Not too sure myself. Not sure, but that would be interesting to me. Malachite is a green stone. It's dark and light green. Some people say it's black. Some of the darker stripes are black, but they're actually not. They're darker green. And it is called the salesperson's stone because it can help the buyers get bargains, and it can also help the salesperson close a deal. So I actually carry that when I'm working in the store. And it's also been used as a protection against black magic. So if you feel like, you know, something's a little wonky, that would help you. One of the things, another thing about the moonstone, they say there are some people that believe that the moonstone will grow brighter or dimmer along with the phases of the moon. I haven't noticed that, but I'm going to start paying attention to that now because I'm kind of curious about that now. Obsidian, we talked about. It's volcanic glass. It's when it's shined properly, it's very shiny, and you can use it as a scrying mirror. Let's see. Peridot, which is my birthstone, is also another volcanic rock. They called it the gem of the sun in the Egyptians, and people wore it to protect themselves from enchantment. So, you know, so nobody could put a spell on you. Then we have, as far as peridot, also, people use it to gain foresight and divine inspiration, and they thought that it drove away evil and it cast out demons, which makes sense. I love that stone. Petrified wood isn't actually a stone. It's petrified wood. It's a fossil, but it connects you to the world of trees and plants, and it's a great tool for past life regression. It's a really good stone for that, and it works really well with amber. Going back to the quartz. So quartz, we use quartz in computers. Oh, wow. Okay, so, Jean, a whole beach that has peridot on it. Did you get some? Tell me you got some. You have to get some. So, quartz. So, quartz comes in different configurations. It comes in very many, like a lot of different varieties. But quartz itself can store, send, and receive energy both on a physical plane and a metaphysical plane. Quartz, depending on what it has in it, can be amethyst, which is violet, jasper, which is quartz with a red, yellow, brown, gray, or black coloring. Onyx and agate are actually quartz with bands of color, and bloodstone is a green quartz with red spots. So, and you can use clear quartz for any metaphysical purpose, meditation, divination, dream work, healing. It is a amplifier as well. So I try to tell people when they're doing crystals and things, not to get a quartz crystal first, because it's one of those things, whatever you're going through at that time, it's going to amplify. And a lot of us are seeking ways to help us calm things down, or in truth amplify some things that we need as far as like courage and things. But I never recommend quartz as the first crystal for someone. I recommend things like the amethyst or the rose quartz, something to A, calm them down, or B, help them love themselves. And then I recommend the quartz. Oh, and something for protection, which are the black stones. But that's normally what I do. But I recommend clear quartz is like the third, maybe fourth one to purchase. But I'm going to leave it there. I have lots of crystals. I know some things about the different crystals. But if you guys have any questions or want to know anything about different crystals, just let me know. Oh, I guess the next time that I do one, I'll explain to you guys how to do like a crystal elixir or how to use the crystals. Some crystals you can't get wet because they'll disintegrate. Other crystals you can't get wet because they're poisonous when they touch the water. So you have to be careful with things like that. But if you guys have, can you do some? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I will definitely come back and talk about the chakras and the crystals. That will be so much easier. I'll be much more prepared for that. But yeah, so that's all I have to offer today. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, comment on the thread that I have, and we'll talk about crystals. Thank you.